Marichi means ray of light. And Marijasana 1 is one of those twists which are easily accessible for beginners in yoga. Recently, I came across a yoga forum, and there was this question of a yoga teacher saying, what does the pelvis actually do in asana? What is it doing when you're doing a yoga twist? And so I was thinking like, she said it should be square or it should be whatever. It doesn't matter what it's doing. So I was wondering, what does it mean that the pelvis has to be square? So I was checking out what people were saying about this, and I learned that somewhere out there people call the pelvis square when they talk about twists. So now I'm giving you some ideas on how I look at yoga twists, what I've learned from Purna Yoga, and how I teach it so that it's actually safe and effective. It's a lot about safety in Purna Yoga. So here is a picture of a pelvis, and here I'm going to show you how the pelvis should move in different kind of twisting. So we look at 3 twists. One is supine, that means you're lying on the floor. The second one is a seated one, and the third one is a standing twist. So in all of those twists, what's important, and that's what I thought these people meant with square, is that we keep the pelvis at level. So in the center of the pelvis is the sacrum. So this is like the sacrum. And then on the sides are the iliums. So these are the iliums. So if I move the pelvis in a twist, I will make sure that the pelvis moves together. Yeah, so with the sacrum. So we're moving it forward, we're moving it back, we're moving it to the side. So all of this stays together. So what we don't want, and you see that better here, is that one hip moves this way and the other one stays as you twist. Yeah, or the other one moves back while you're going into the twist. What you also don't want is one side lifts and you twist. And our pelvis can do these movements, but it's not good because the SI joint, which is these joints here, you see it in the picture better, they are meant to, yes, be mobile, but they are not meant to move in all kinds of directions. So if we don't understand how to use the pelvis in the twist, we can actually shear on those SI joints and then damage them. In the end, the result is low back pain, and you don't want that. So now we start with twist number 1, and that is the supine. In the supine twist, we are quite safe in terms of the SI joint, but there are 2 factors which are very important. And that is number 1, that you lift the bottom of the belly, because that will help to lengthen the spine. If there is no length in the spine, you will twist there where the weakest link is. If you think about the spine, it is like on one part is stiff and the other parts are open. And if you twist on the open part over and over again, you will start to damage that part of the muscles in the spine. So for that reason, we lift the bottom of the belly. And the second thing is pushing the heel away. So when you're lying down, you press one heel, you lift the belly, you create the space, and then you can twist effectively, so with length. So in the second version of a twist we practice in yoga, it's a seated twist. And in seated twists, you always have to look for a rooting action. That means both sitting bones, as long as they are meant to be on the floor, should ground. And then as well, like in a supine twist, the bottom of the belly should be lifted. So with these 2 actions, your back again will stay long, and at the same time the pelvis stable, so you're not shearing on those SI joints. In case your back is rounding in a seated position, then you always need to create a little bit of height under your buttocks so that the sacrum moves into the body, as you see. And now comes twist number 3. And the third twist is a little bit more complicated because it's a standing twist. And I do not recommend this to any beginners just to practice this for the sake of it, because there the SI joints are very vulnerable if we don't know what to do with our legs when we're standing there. So in Parivrtta Trikonasana, you look for the pelvis facing, both hip bones facing in the same direction. So if you are now with the right leg forward, your left leg behind, you come down, place your left hand on the block better than on the floor, and then begin to twist just like that, then it's exactly happening what I showed you what shouldn't happen. The pelvis starts to pull on the SI joint. So for that, we safeguard. So one is deepening the groin of the right leg so that the right side of the hip moves back, and then externally rotating the left thigh. Because of that, the pelvis stays in line, the left side stays in line with the right. If the back leg is not rotating externally, then the pelvis will drop. So we are safeguarding those two actions, the right hip coming back and the left leg being external. That way the pelvis will stay square. For more instructions on how to practice yoga asana the Purna way safely and effectively, subscribe to this channel. Just hit the like button, comment, and what is your perspective on twisting and yoga? So let us know.